So we're going to start by, you're always going to look at me until I tell you otherwise.
Okay.
You're going to start by saying who you are.
Hi, my name is Paulette Gentle Augustus, and I am from Belize, and I'm a secondary school principal.
Excellent. So you had an opportunity to experience ESI's conference. Off the top of your head, what would you say the best experience was about coming to the ESI conference? And start with saying, use ESI as much as you can.
For me, coming to the ESI conference was impactful, it was empowering, it was also a refresher, because being a school leader, we tend to not remember much of what teachers experience in the classroom. So it allows me to come down a little bit, and in this ESI conference, the key takeaway for me is to understand that classroom management is different from classroom behavior, and it also refreshed me in knowing that we need to bridge the gap between teacher expectation and leadership, so that we could better understand how to foster collaboration within the school environment. So ESI did that for me.
Excellent. So you had an opportunity to visit the United Nations International School.
Yes, I did.
So what was that like, visiting the United Nations International School?
It gave me the perspective in seeing how different schools operate and looking at what it is that they have to offer their student, and how is it that it is more student-centered than teacher-centered. So the teacher is just the guide and the facilitator, and not the repository of information. So they see students as individualized, and students are able to share in the classroom to discuss what it is that they know based on the lesson that is being taught.
Would you say that opportunity was invaluable for an educator from the Caribbean to experience?
No, it holds a lot of value, because it gave us a fresh perspective as to what the classroom is supposed to look like, as to our traditional classroom, and teacher being the focus of everything. So it was a new and refreshing thing to see.
Excellent. So how would you compare that to your visit at St. Francis?
The visit at St. Francis I loved it. And even though it was a primary school setting or an elementary setting, it shows the diversity between the two schools, but at the same time, the similarity between how it is at classroom settings, how is it that teacher approaches learning and teaching. So that one was also good for me, because I have never been in an elementary setting like that. So it gave me a fresh perspective of what that really looks like and what it is supposed to look like across any globe.
Excellent. So Education Solutions International provides a boot camp experience for doing the Focus Project. I would love to hear your perspective on the boot camp Focus Project.
ESI almost caused me a heart attack. But because of my group members, Sophia and Marcy was able to say, you know what, let's look at what is relevant. What is it that we would want to see change? So in getting our presentation ready, it was like trying to figure out what to do, how do we do it, what is it that we're going to do within a day and a half. Presentations like that normally takes us more time, right? And ESI elicits so much out of us, but with the tools that we have gathered during the time of the workshop and the conference, that helps us to build and use the knowledge that we have gained in order to get our presentation across.
Excellent. How did you enjoy working with people from different islands? Would you say that that was a benefit?
It was a benefit, because then we get to see and hear a different person's perspective. So it was a good thing.
So if you had to tell people back in Belize, what was good about this conference and to encourage them to come, what would you say?
I would tell them definitely come, because it's a good thing, because we are used to hearing and seeing and doing one thing because of what we have learned. But getting to see different perspective and experiencing what is it that ESI is trying to bring across in terms of education, and how is it that we're supposed to modernize education, and how is it that teachers can learn to be more the guide on the side and not so much the sage on the stage, because we get to realize that teachers, hey, this is what you have. Use what we are giving you, and how is it that you can get better at your craft of teaching and learning and make it more fun and exciting and not just on you, but give the students an opportunity to hone in on the skills that they have. So what ESI is doing, I believe in it. I'm a proponent of it, and I'm definitely going to sell it back to my teachers.
Wonderful. And the last question, the experience that you had with all of the Zoom educators that Zoomed in to share, what did you think about that?
I think that was an excellent idea because we also get to, from their experiences, we got to learn from that. And using the Zoom to bring across people from all over the world, it made me feel special because they are taking time out of their day at different times in the day to be with us and to share with us what it is that they have experienced, what are some of the skills that we can utilize in the classrooms. And as a school leader, that does a lot for me because now I'm able to share with my teachers what I have learned from them, you know, and make their experience as teachers different from what it is that they have been used to.
Excellent. So now I'm going to ask you to look at the camera and say, thank you, ESI.
Thank you, ESI, for a wonderful conference and a wonderful 3 days. I have learned so much. Thank you.
Okay, we're all done.